New Guinea was one of the last places on Earth to be colonized by Europeans. In the 1920s, the Australians occupied only the coastal fringe of this huge island lying just to their north. Of the interior, nothing was known. No European had ever been there. Spurred on by dreams of another great gold strike, Michael Ley turned to prospecting. The obvious place to look for new gold was the interior, where no European had ever been before. In 1930, the interior of New Guinea was one of the last great unexplored regions then left on the face of the Earth. Rising up in the center of the island was a great mountain range, so sheer and rugged it was thought to be uninhabited. But unknown to the outside world, within these mountains were huge and fertile valleys, and in these valleys lived 1 million people. Michael Ley and his companions were the first white men to enter this hidden world and meet its people. Ley was looking for gold, but he took a camera with him, and so a record of this historic encounter was captured on film. The year was 1930.
For about 90 miles, we had to walk to get to the place where we decided to cross the ranges. Well, then we had to climb up to 9, 10, 11,000 feet. The reward in the end was when we looked down into the valleys below, it looked like a big parkland. Of course, it was quite obvious that there was a huge population because of the huge garden patches. When we got into the real new country, we used to hear them on the top of these hills, singing out to the people ahead. And then you'd hear it much further away on another hillside being repeated. They'd be watching you come, and they'd be on a little hill in some place, on top of a gully or something. And they'd see that we weren't the enemy coming up, that we were different, absolutely different. They thought we were spirits. We were so different to anything that they had ever seen before because they'd never ever dreamt that anything like us existed. They had no idea of civilization or what existed outside their part of the world.
Ana imi ali tikira mo ene dani jai po makibiro no kali mana no ba beteli pili tikira ka wono boko mala beti kula ne boko ne ga ne minune ba ne boko minuni kene no wino akuti ne hasu hasu ge mai na ba ali kinela mo ne ga na mo ne ora be vero kula na ma ne be kuluma ku imane go pele ma kai ma sa su mai na ba ali ka ne boko
story go kam na ri to ko e oro mani ai no man bolong kiraun ati de sramani oro brata bromi pra o tupuna bromi play dana Igo lo hapna. Desara time ori no lukim desara hap lo kaina tu something. Ori lukim lo desara. Mau tentason ori toko atino katman lo desara hapna mi pratasol. Desara time ori sa. Ti lo seme na ori tok. Iko tasol desara hapna tani mwe. Sigin pro ori tani mnara para na we para na ikam. Emo lo atok lo mi praia. Ani mino ken su Timor. Mani tai pi foya ori go tanim we plasingin na kamak.
We'd get into camp and we'd put all the cargo in the centre and we'd put this fish line right around and no one was allowed inside there. Well, then you'd get all the mob would sort of converge in on you all around then. They were very inquisitive about anything you did or anything you touched. The only thing we could do was to talk in signs to them. We didn't know a word of their language. We had no means of communication. We had no interpreters.
My God. They're really from another world.
And they're going to want to meet the man that flew that warp ship.
Live long and prosper.